Hello, hello, hello. Good evening or good night, everybody. Let me pin this. Hello, how are you? Let me go ahead and pin this real quick. Hi, welcome everyone. Just putting this pin in real quick. Thank you for joining me, guys. Hold on. I hope I spelled everything right. Yeah, I think I did. Okay. Let me pin this comment. Welcome. Hi, how are you? Hope everybody's doing very well. I will not keep you guys long. I'll try to keep it brief, maybe about 15-20 minutes, so you guys could continue what you need to do for the night. And whoever is not on, you can catch me on the replay. So, welcome. My name is Donata Joseph, and I am your virtual skin therapist, the CEO of Donata Skinfood, here to share information all about mind, body, and skin. Tonight, you guys know my bags are available online. So the way it works for the pouches, you order it online and it ships directly to you from the company. So whenever you want to order the bags, you order it online. There's two sizes. I think one is a 6x9 and one is a 9x13. No, I have my own website now. Finally, after 4 years, I have my own website. So just click the link in my bio and it'll take you directly to my website. Right now, I have 4 bags. One is called My Skin Food. The other one is called I'm Bougie with My Skin. The third one is the saying on the bag says, if it doesn't grow from the ground, it's not in my bag. And the fourth one said, feeding my skin. So those are the 4 pouches that I have for right now. And I'm thinking about coming out with some tote bags. You know how people carry those tote bags to Publix or wherever to go grocery shopping. A lot of people go to the farmer's market. So I'm thinking about coming together and doing some tote bags with some cute sayings. I just don't know what I'm going to say on it yet, but if you guys think of anything cute, shoot it to me. I love to make some tote bags also, so when you guys go shopping, and for those that live in Hollywood that comes and do their skin food shopping at the farmer's market, they can have a tote bag to represent the Not a Skin Food. So thank you for asking about the bags. So today's game was to tell me what you thought my very, very first product that I ever made in my entire life. So if you're not familiar with me, some people, they aspire to have, their own product line, or they aspire to be an esthetician or aspire to be whatever it is in your heart that you've always wanted to be. A lot of people knew that for years before they started their business. I was not one of those people. I never gave 2 craps about my skin. I never even thought about what you put on your skin goes into your body. Like, I used my Dove, I used my Jergens. As long as I didn't look ashy, I was good. I never put 2 thoughts into anything about skin. So, hey, how are you? So, when I lost my job in 2013, sometimes some people are born with, let me backtrack. Everybody's born with a gift, but some people feel their gift stronger than others. So you may talk to some people and they're like, I know I'm here for a reason. I know that I'm here for greatness. And they just kind of walk on that path until they figure out what that is. And then there's some people like, I don't know what my purpose is. I don't know what my gift is. I'm here. So I, for years, always felt that I had a big gift in me, but I never knew what that was. I never knew where my life was going to take me. I always knew I wanted to own a business because I remember at the age of 19, I'm 43. I remember at the age of 19 where I just felt impressed upon me that I would be a business owner. But that time I always wanted to own schools because I love kids. I love teaching kids. I love inspiring kids. I love being that person where they don't have somebody to give them a hug at home or to encourage them. I'm that person. So I love kids. So I always, if you wanted to know what I thought I was going to do in my life, I thought I was going to own schools. I even had the name Teach the Children, which was a foundation that my mom had before she passed away, where she used to help kids in Haiti. So I was like, oh, I'm going to use that name. I'm going to have a elementary, middle, high school, so a child care center. I mean, this big dream where parents after school, there's a restaurant, they could come and eat and do homework and have family time, because parents sometimes don't have time to do that at home. Like, that was my dream. That was my aspiration. So I always knew there was something big in me, but skin was never something that I ever thought about. So when I lost my job in 2013 and I lost it, I was fired because I am diagnosed with ADHD. So I know a lot of people are like, oh yeah, everybody has ADHD, everybody has the symptoms, blah, blah, blah. When you actually live it, have it, has dealt with it for 40 years, and you really understand what ADHD is, it's very different than somebody that just has, some of the symptoms once in a blue moon. Like, I deal with it day in and day out. My son deals with it day in and day out, and it can be a burden when you don't know how to handle your finances, your job. You're always distracted. So I lost my job because I worked in an environment where I had way too many distractions. I actually worked at a bank and I worked in the front. So I answered phones, I took care of cash, I answered email, I said hello to everybody that was walking in front of the bank. So I was in a position where I just had way too many distractions. So that would cause me to make a lot of mistakes very easily. And I didn't plan to talk about all this, but maybe somebody that's watching live right now or going to watch on the replay needs to hear this. So although I thought this was going to be quick, I'm going to go in a little bit deeper. So before working at the bank, I've always had jobs where I worked in a department. I worked in a certain area. So the distractions were at a minimum. So for instance, for I think 15 years, I worked at a doctor's office in Miami. So in the doctor's office, I was checking in patients, answering phones, but that was it. Secretary work, not too much distractions, and what big mistake can I make except forget to write the right phone number or forget to call the patient back. So the distraction wasn't a lot. When I worked at the Bank of America, I worked in the call center, so it was just answering phones all day. There was no big distractions. Even when I moved up to the executive department, in that area, what I did was answer emails and answer letters. So whoever was upset and irate over overdraft protection fee or whatever, whoever wanted to write the president of Bank of America at that time, I was getting those letters. So I was working in the office and I didn't have a lot of distractions. I just put my radio on and I did my work. So all my life, I worked in an environment where it was very high stress, but I didn't have a lot of distractions. So when I came to work at this bank and I kept making mistakes, I started getting down on myself like, man, I can't get it right. Why do I keep making mistakes? What's going on? Like, why am I messing up? It never occurred to me that I was working in an environment that had too many distractions. So during this time frame that I was working at the bank, my son was much younger and getting into a lot of trouble in school. And after taking him to the doctor, getting him analyzed in the whole 9 yards, people filling out paperwork, we're doing the whole psychological thing, I came to realize they diagnosed him with ADHD. So at that time, which was, I want to say 8-9 years ago, ADHD is not as common as it is now. So I really did my research and was always on the computer and trying to figure out what is this, why he's the way he is, why does he act the way he act. and whatnot. And during that time, I started to pick up things that I can relate to him with. So the way he think, the way he did things, I started to make the connection. So I'm researching 50% of kids with ADHD usually has a parent that has ADHD. So I'm like, let me go type in what are the symptoms of adults, women adults that have ADHD. And there was a list of 18 questions. And in looking at those questions, I was able to answer yes to 17 questions. And that threw me back because I'm like, wow. So I printed out the questions and I took it to my dad. I didn't tell my dad what I was doing. I just told him, I'm going to ask you some questions and it pertains to me. Answer yes or no. And I'll never forget, he was in the kitchen and I'm asking him all 18 questions. He answered yes to 17 of them. And after I was done, I was like, Dad, I'm asking you because, and he stopped me and he said, because you want to know if you have ADHD? And I looked at him like, now my dad is old school Haitian, so I didn't even know he knew anything about ADHD. And I'm like, yeah. And he said, yeah, you didn't know that? You don't realize the way you act, the way you don't follow through, the way you don't pay attention 100%. And I'm looking at him like, and I think I was depressed for 2 days because I'm like, my whole life makes sense now. Now I understand why my time management is horrible. Now I understand why my mind is completely all over the place all of the time. Now I understand why it affected my relationships. Now I understand why it affects the way I raise my kids. Now I understand why it affects my finances, like everything. Now I understand why it took me 18 years to finish college. I changed college degrees 6 times. I went to 5 different schools. Like, wow, it was, now I understand why I had low self-esteem. Now I understand why I felt so like I could never do anything right. Everything started to make sense. And when I tell you, it was so liberating to, at the age of, I think I was 35. So it hasn't even been 10 years. At the age of 35, for me to sit as a grown adult and everything started to make sense and I started to understand myself. No more, I mean, it was so bad growing up. The biggest joke was I was slow. And when people are like, oh, you're so slow, they joke, oh, Donata's so slow. Oh, she didn't catch that joke. And it's like, it started to make sense. No, I'm not slow. My mind is working so fast that you're telling a joke, I'm already past the joke and thinking about something else. And then when I backtrack to think about your joke, I'm laughing 2 minutes later. So it's not I'm slow, it's just my mind is going so fast. I've beyond process your joke and then come to think about it again and I'm like, oh, that's really funny, ha ha ha. So life started to make sense. And there is nothing more liberating than to be an adult and to feel so bound all your life. You always felt you can't do anything right. You always felt that you were always a mess up and always making mistakes. You always have that fear that you're going to mess things up. And then you come to realize, okay, you don't have a disorder because it's not a disorder. You have a gift, actually, if you know how to use it. And once I was able to process all that, I took it and I ran with it. I started doing research for myself on how to manage ADHD, how to manage my time, how to manage my finance, how to manage, be a better parent. Am I 100% on board? No, God knows, no. And now God blessed me with a business. That's even harder to take care of because I have so much to do and then my mind is like this. But at the same time, because I'm the way I am and I'm doing something that I love, I thrive in it so well. So I don't even why I told you guys, I know this is for somebody to listen to because I don't even know how I got all the way to where I got to. So, oh yeah, that's how I got to, oh God. So I said all that to say, I got fired from my job in 2013 because I forgot my money in the cash drawer. Again, I was doing so much. It was in the day, I'm getting ready to go. Left my money in the cash drawer. But 2 months before I was fired, I had a dream that I'd be fired from my job. So it's almost like when it happened, it was that time mentally I said to myself, God wanted me to go. I didn't have the faith to leave. So he kind of pushed me out the door. And when I was fired, I had the biggest smile on my face. I had people at my job like, oh my gosh, what are you going to do? A single mom with 3 kids. And I was like, I have God. Like, I've always been that person that had my faith in him. Was it scary? Yes. Did I know what the hell I was going to do? No. But when I walked out that door, I walked out with so much peace and so much joy. I know the people that fired me looked at me like, she's a little too happy to be walking out this door. But I just felt so at peace. So I remember praying that weekend, like, okay, God, what am I going to do? What is the next step? And as crazy as this sounds, I kept hearing the same answer. Do not get a 9-to-5. And at that time, when everybody was like, my family, everybody's concerned. I'm a single mom with 3 kids. Like, okay, what are you going to do? I'm like, I'm going to look for a job. Blah, blah, blah. I'm looking for this. I'm looking for that. But the whole time, I stayed in prayer and I kept saying, God, please guide me because I cannot make no mistakes. I have 3 kids that are under my care and I have to be sure I'm able to provide for my kids. 10 months later, I was fired in February. 10 months later, I think is October, November. A friend sent me a picture of a candle. And I looked at the candle and I said, okay, you know what? I need to start doing something to make money on the side until God shows me what it is I need to do. So me being very impulsive, I ordered 50 pounds of wax, 100 candle wicks, 100 of the wooden candle wicks, and everything I need to make candles. So all the supplies came, and I went online and I Googled how much essential oil do I need to add in a candle. And for some reason, the first thing that popped up was a recipe for a lotion bar. And I'm like, ooh, a lotion bar. And I love stuff that's different. So I'm like, a lotion bar, I never heard of that before. What is that? That's probably cool. And looking at all the ingredients, I had everything at home. So I have a lot of time on my hand. I said, ooh, let me make this lotion bar and try it out. So I made the lotion bar. I had the kids try it out. My kids loved it. They automatically stopped using Jergens. And I would make it for the household, and then I had friends and I gave it to them. And then of course one thing led to another. The friends are like, oh, you need to start making this and selling this. And I'm like, no, I'm not gonna make and sell lotion bars. And I had one friend tell me, Donata, this lotion bar is better than Lush. Like, you joking. You seriously need to, start selling this stuff. So I started thinking, I'm like, okay, well, if I'm making something natural to moisturize the skin, it doesn't make sense to use a chemical soap and then moisturize with a natural moisturizer. It just doesn't make sense. So I started YouTubing, joined soaping groups, and then I started making soaps. And long story short, that's how Donata Skinfood came about. It came about from something that should have been something traumatic in my life as losing my job, but also walking in faith strong enough and long enough for me to wait for the next assignment. And that was to have this natural product line. And for those that are not familiar with me, I know I don't get to talk about myself much. I'm usually talking about how to heal your skin or how to take care of your skin. But the reason why I called my line Donata is because Donata means gift of God. And when I sat down and I thought about my line, and I used to make those really pretty soaps, like the soaps that have all the different stuff in it. And I mean, I used to go all out. I made the bath bombs with the cupcakes on it. Like, I made all the pretty, really pretty stuff. And I had people tell me, oh my gosh, the name Donata is so boring. Like, your products look like food. It looks like desserts. It looks like something you can eat. It looks like chocolate. Why don't you call it something like, something that has to do with food or delicacies or desserts? And I said, no, I love the name Donata. But at that time, I wasn't truly making products that signified the name. It's not until 2016 that I pulled away from everything that had to do with chemicals, and my line started to represent what Donata means to me. And Donata means gift of God, and everything that I use now is his gift. Plants, herbs, essential oils. All these are gifts that you can find on the ground, plants. You can find it anywhere in nature. And because it's provided by nature, that between nature and the name gift of God, that I combined Donata Skinfood, and that's how I started Donata Skinfood. So the winner of this, and I really hope telling my story, again, I didn't have plans to, but I really hope that inspire you that is sitting home with a gift and you don't feel that you're capable or you're worthy to walk in that gift. Each of us are blessed with a gift inside our heart, whether it be washing somebody's toilet, to being somebody's social media manager. It doesn't matter what your gift is. Start walking in it. And if that means, let me tell you guys, I do skin food. I make natural products. But my real passion, what I love to do, is inspire people, is to help teach people past that bondage, past that mindset that I can't. Listen, guys, I'm horrible with spelling. Don't ask me where to put a period and a comma. I'm a substitute teacher at a school, and sometimes I tell the kids, listen, I'm a substitute teacher. Y'all asking me all these hard questions. No, I came here to make sure that you guys are on point. Don't be asking me all these math questions. So don't feel incapable of what it is that you are gifted with. And I'm saying this to talk about my nonprofit. I wrote a book. Guys, I was 22 when I started reading in front of people because I was the worst reader. Like, don't ask me to break down big words. And now that I start thinking back in my life, I feel like in my foundation, when it came to breaking down words, I never grasped that concept. And as I told you, I relate with my son because he has the same issue now. But instead of me being embarrassed by it, like, oh my gosh, I can't say this word, I had to come to realization, we're not all perfect. Okay, you could break that word down perfectly. I can make products. Now what? You good at something, I'm good at something else. We're not all good at the same thing, but cultivate your gift. I hear people say, well, I want to be a fitness trainer, but I'm sorry, guys, and I hope my sister doesn't keep calling. I hope she waits. I want to be a fitness trainer, but there's all these fitness trainers out there. So that's them, and you are you. They have their customers. You have yours. At the end of the day, there's somebody waiting for your gift. At first of making natural products, I had the same problem. I'm like, but oh my gosh, the natural skin line is so saturated. The hair care line is so saturated. Why would I come out and make my own products? Like, who's going to buy it? And then I had to realize, but wait, my products are for my people. Your products is for your people. We all have our own customers. We all have our own people. And the same people may not stay with us forever. You that buy my natural products now, in a few years, you might end up buying another person's natural product. But I had you at the time that I needed to have you. I have you as a customer at the time of my growth. God has all blessed us with a gift, and he has somebody waiting for your gift. So don't ever think to yourself, well, such and such is doing it, so I'm not going to do it. No, you have your own twist to your gift. I have my own twist to my gift. That's why I think it's so inspirational when someone else is in the same field as I am and they reach out to me to give me advice, or they reach out to me and help me, or I reach out to them and help them. No, there's no jealousy, because I make turmeric soap and you make chocolate soap. Somebody likes your chocolate soap, somebody likes my turmeric soap. Hell, we could both make turmeric soap and it's still not the same soap. Their body likes your soap, this person's body like my soap. So don't ever put yourself in a box because everybody else is doing it. You are you, and you're going to have your own way of doing it, and you're going to market your special gift and your special twist in whatever it is that you are supposed to do. So don't ever, ever, ever block yourself from that thing that you know deep down inside you're supposed to do. I don't want to take up too much time, guys. When I tell you, I could go on and on this topic, but if you could do one homework assignment for me, this is so completely out of skin. But this week, write down a few things that you are passionate about. Sometimes people are like, but Donata, I don't know what my passion is. What is that thing you'll do for free? Whatever it is that you would do for free, that's what you turn into a business. Because when you start working in your business, it's going to be easy, because when you're getting the money on top of what you're doing for free, you'll be happy at all times of doing what that is that you're gifted to do. Okay, I'm going to close up. So let me go read this, and then I'm going to announce the winner. Let me go read your comments, because there was a lot that came through. I answered that. Thank you. You wrote, I'm amazing. Thank you. You're amazing too. I was actually talking about you when I said another business, aspiring another business. This is from Au Natural. Thank you. Nathwood, okay, girl, I just might be the person who needed to hear your story. I've been making soap for 13 years, and since I've been watching you, I've been so inspired to take my business. Yay! That is awesome. I told you this message is for somebody. I promise you, I didn't come on to talk about this, but this is what God placed in my heart to do. So take that message and run with it, my dear. If you've been soaping for 13 years, let me inspire you and push your business to another level, because people are waiting for your soaps and everything else that you have in your product line. So go run with it. And when it gets hard, you cry and you keep going. I don't know how many times I've cried on this journey. I'm talking about even just the other day. I'm like, God, you really want me to do this? Like, this is hard. But you keep going, keep going, keep going. Don't give up. Let me see what else there is here. Body butter. Oh, you were answering the Sky Blue. I guess you were answering the contest. Okay, so the winner is, and I'm not sure she's still on, and I'm probably gonna butcher her name, her Instagram name. I saw it here. Hold on. Nephorism. Nephorism is the winner, because she's the first one to write moisturizing bar, and that's the very first thing I ever made in my entire Skinfood life, which is the lotion bar, which can also be called the moisturizing bar. So I will send you a DM to get your address and your email. I will send you an invoice for the shipping, and I will ship to you whatever product you want that has one product that is a value of no more than $20. So that's what the gift is. You could pick whatever in my line that's 20 or less, and that's what you will win for joining my contest. Okay, I don't want to keep you guys any longer. Let me tell you about tomorrow. Tomorrow is called Wishlist Wednesday. So what you'll do, you'll go to my website and you look at stuff that you wish to have and you add it to your wish list. Now, you have to create an account. If you don't create an account, I won't know who won an item from the wish list. So please create an account so I could see your name. Put stuff in your wish list, whatever you wish to have, put in a cart, and tomorrow I will pick a winner. And depending on what's in their cart, I may send one, I may send two things. We'll see how ho jolly I am tomorrow when it comes to the wish list Wednesday. But that's going to be our game tomorrow. So if you want to start tonight, click the link in my bio. You'll see a heart and it'll say add to wish list. Add your item to a wish list, and I will pick the winner tomorrow, and I'll announce it tomorrow night. Hope I've been able to inspire you guys more than Skinfood tonight. Thank you for watching. Please share my post with other people. This is going to be on for the next 24 hours. So if you feel my message will inspire any parent that struggle with a child with ADHD or somebody that wants to start their own business, please share my testimony with them, okay? I think I covered everything. One more thing, if you didn't know, for Friday, if you want to start preparing, the game for Friday is to post a video about your love about the Not a Skinfood. It could be about me, it could be about my products that you've already tried, or even a product that you love to try. Just do like a 30-second, 45-second video, post it on Instagram, tag me, and we are going to pick the most funniest, enthusiastic videos. So if you guys are shy, guess what? You're going to have to break out of your comfort zone and do a video. Again, if your account is private, I won't see it. So if you can make your account public for one day and then I can watch the videos on Friday, be sure to tag me. I think that'll be a lot of fun. And then you guys could express your love for the Not a Skinfood. So that's going to be for Friday. If you want to start working on it whenever and post it on Friday, you're more than welcome to do it, okay? Thank you guys. I appreciate your time. And how do you share? That's a good question. Okay, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take a minute of this video and post it on Instagram so I can send people to watch this. So if you want to tag a friend to that post that I'm going to post in about 5 minutes, about 10 minutes when we get off, tag them to the post, and that will have them to go look at my live stream. I'm sorry, it's not like Facebook where you could press and share. That would have been so cool. But if you know that this video is going to inspire somebody, just tag them to my post that I should have up within 10 to 15 minutes. Thank you for that question. That was a really good question. Okay, thank you guys. I appreciate your time, and I appreciate you guys always sharing love with me for my Skinfood. You guys have an amazing night. Bye.